my guest, Boston mystery author Tom MacDonald, discussing The Revenge of Liam McGrew, the latest book in his series about Charlestown sleuth Dermot Sparhawk. MacDonald teaches creative writing at Boston College and is on the board of the Mystery Writers of America New England chapter. Welcome, sir. By the way, you have a famous last name. There's Ross MacDonald, John D. MacDonald,
yes,
and my favorite, Philip MacDonald, who wrote the list of Adrian Messenger, the British one. So there's lots of famous mystery writers. Are you equally as good as those guys?
Well, no, but you know, they're some of my heroes. They really are. And my grandfather came over from Glasgow, Scotland.
Oh, okay.
And Ross MacDonald and John D. MacDonald, those guys are great mystery writers.
All right. Now, how did you come up with, you lived in Charlestown, and you work in Charlestown now, right?
I work in Charlestown, yeah. I don't live there.
Yeah, but I mean, you know the Charlestown community.
Yeah.
And tell us about Dermot Sparhawk. That last name doesn't seem too Irish or Scottish to me.
No. Well, Dermot is half Irish, half Micmac Indian.
Oh, I see.
And he grew up in the Charlestown projects, the Bunker Hill projects. And I thought it'd be realistic to have a character that was half Micmac because they were very involved in building the Tobin Bridge. All those guys,
really?
the Indians up there, the iron workers.
And now, there are many New England mystery writers. What sort of sets your books apart, or for what niche audience would you say because it's not just mystery, you know, are these cozies? Are these like Parker's?
I'd like to think of them as hard-boiled mysteries. I guess, you know, the people I try to model my writing after is people like Raymond Chandler, Dashiell Hammett. And
those pretty big.
Yeah. I set the bar. I can't even see the bar. I set it so high. But those are the guys, and more recently Robert Parker and George V. Higgins. So those are the guys I really look up to as writers.
How about Dennis Lehane?
Dennis too. Absolutely, the guy's great. All you have to do is look at his resume, right? I mean,
well, look at how many movies he's made. But I mean, you know, but he also does care about the community. How have the Charlestown people reacted to you're doing this at the Charlestown thing there? Do they say you've captured us, or, you know, like a lot of people write about Southie and they say that's not Southie?
I'd like to think so. I've worked in Charlestown now since 2003. I run a parish food pantry over there, so I've really gotten to know the community, and I have a couple of guys that help edit the books, and they'll make suggestions like a townie would never say this, or yeah, you got it here, and so I get some help with that.
All right, now this is the third, so catch us up. This reminds me of that service poem, Sam McGrew, or whatever it is. I don't know if that was a literary reference, but tell us, what happens in The Revenge of Liam McGrew? It sounds like I wouldn't want to cross paths with him.
Well, in this story, it's the third in a series. The first book was the Charlestown Connection. The second was Beyond the Bridge, and this is the third one. So in this book, Dermot gets shot. He gets gunned down going to work in his pantry.
He works in a
works in a food pantry
just like you do.
So I don't
should I be calling you Dermot here?
No, I wish. He's kind of
he works at the food pantry. Oh my goodness.
Kind of an idealized self. And he gets dragged in. I won't say dragged in, but he finds himself in these situations. And so he wants to find out what happened. And
I understand he goes to Belfast.
He goes to Belfast. He not the smartest move, because he's going to talk to people in the IRA to try to figure out what's going on. And he is, you know, suggested by his friends, don't do it, but he says, I'm getting shot at anyway, I'm going over there.
So when you do an event like Charles, do you read from the book, or do you answer questions? Do you sign multiple copies for all the above?
Well, the goal is to sign multiple copies for sure. But you know, I'll do whatever the audience wants. I've read, you know, like I'll read a few pages, or I might have a little presentation on writing and how I approach it and how I became to write a writer. And I kind of just let the audience guide me. So I have a little pitch, I'll read something if they want, and then I just open it up to discussion. Now,
do people find inspiration that you, in your free time, are writing novels about their community? Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of times people say, oh, look, I got my work. Do I have time to like write a mystery story and promote it and all this other stuff? Because a lot of the writing a book is promoting it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's how do I put this? I'm not trying to inspire anyone else, but
if you can do it, they can do it.
I think people that know me say, if he can do it, I can do it. I mean, it's not that, and they really believe it, and they're not. They wouldn't be too far from the truth.
Yeah, but you are doing it, and you are teaching creative writing at Boston College.
Yeah. I guess, Chris, for me, I deal with, I work in poverty all day long. All the people we serve in the food pantry, they live below the poverty line. They struggle to get by. And so for me, writing is a release, at night, just to kind of clear my head and
The mean streets of Charlestown.
Yeah.
All right, where can people get your book if they miss tomorrow's event to meet you up close and personal? I assume it's on Amazon. I think I saw pictures of it there. Yeah. Your whole series is there. Yeah. Do you have it as ebooks too, or?
Yeah, you can get it on Kindle, ebooks, the Nook.
Nook and
Barnes
Kindle, yes. And
Barnes & Noble. Any bookstore can order it. Libraries have all the books.
All right.
Well,
thank you. Now I have my copy of the latest one.
Yeah.
Here. Thank you so much. And
Chris,
let's mention your website so they can read all about you.
Absolutely. It's www.tommacdonaldbooks.
With an A-C, right?
Yeah, M-A-C, tommacdonaldbooks.com.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks,
we'll have to have
Chris.
you back when
Thank you.
Dermot Sparhawk has his 4th adventure, whenever that is.
Pretty soon, I hope.
Pretty soon, okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.